Is it going? Think so. Okay, short story ideas. Saturday. I've decided to get organized and try and do certain topics on certain days. Because, like I say, there are ideas for short stories all around if you know, well, when you know where to look and how to put a little twist on them. So, the plan, and I'm a great one for abandoning plans because I'm a bit chaotic, but Monday news from the news on Tuesday. Wednesday will be wisdom sayings and things on your bookshelf. Thursday will be back to the news because there's a lot in the news. Fridays will be from facts and fables. So there'll be like, I don't know, kind of thing where you put homemade poultices on bruises or use, and we'll be looking at those and how to make those into stories, story prompts. Today's Saturday. I'm going to look at songs mainly inspired by my next door neighbour who was happily singing along to a Beatles song, and then the one we're going to look at today. I thought, oh no, he didn't. Sorry, he was doing something else. No, I found this on a YouTube video about a little elephant, and then tomorrow Sunday will be what I call self stuff. So it'll be stuff that you or we as people already know and have experienced, so like past experiences and that kind of thing. So we'll elaborate a bit more on that tomorrow. So today's story idea is the Banana Boat song, which was sung by Harry Belafonte. It's very infectious, it's fantastic, and it sums up the working experience, I would imagine, for most people. So he's working a manual job, and the lyrics go roughly that work all night, so he's on the night shift. It's arduous work. Apparently these 8-foot bunches of bananas, I mean, if you've ever picked up they're called a hand of bananas apparently. I didn't know that until about 2 years ago. I always used to thought they were a bunch, but apparently they're a hand of bananas. But these 8-foot bunches, somebody climbed a tree and they saw them off at the top and they thought somebody's got to catch them, apparently, and it can be very back-breaking work, and they weigh several kilos, and then they put them in the bunch. So, and also there's the danger, the Health and Safety at Work Act. People would be having a fit about this, of tarantulas. And there were stories of, I presume it still happens, tarantulas crawling out of bunches of bananas when they arrive in the destination country, i.e. in this case, the UK. So there's your story prompt. 3 minutes and 20 seconds. What can we do with this? Well, comedy, some comedy around the tarantula crawling out, I would imagine. Like I said, I'm not a comedian. Maybe banter between the people working that night shift. Literary fiction, well, you don't have to use the exact details. You can put this into any kind of day at the mill, and that would tie in with historical as well and biographical. People who used to work in those situations. There are mill museums where you can find out what it was like to be indentured as a so-called apprentice from about the age of 4, because they were able to run underneath the mills and they got rickets and they were denied any kind of education apart from on a Wednesday evening, and that was only because they were being taught to read the Bible. So a lot of them used to get no education. They would be cast out when they had to start legally being paid wages at about the age of 12 or 13, and they were separated from their parents. So that's the mills, but there are a lot of other work situations that you could write about which are arduous. The point about this is that there should be a problem, so it shouldn't be a nice, easy, cushy job. It should be something which is, you know, horrible. Sci-fi, well, and fantasy and surreal. The tarantula that crawls out does not have to be a tarantula. By the way, tarantulas are not a deadly species for humans. Give you a nasty bite, but you ain't gonna die from it. But they are pretty scary creatures. But what about if it's, I don't know, some sort of little mechanical droid that's there to been put into from kind of like an Amazon type company, and it got lost, and you got a Johnny Five is alive short circuit type of story going on there. Crimes and mysteries. I'm not sure how you could tie that in. And thrillers. Somebody has to go undercover in order to set up an alibi or a story or whatever, and in the meantime they're surveilling the boss of a big company because they're using bananas to smuggle, I don't know, ooh, diamonds. They could shove diamonds into bananas and they would be pretty much untraceable. Ooh, okay. Ding. There you go. There's your Crown Your Mystery. What else could be smuggled in? Drugs would be sniffable, but there must be other things that could be smuggled between countries under the guise of bananas and or other fruit. Political. Well, President Trump's banning, and he likes his tariffs. He does like his tariffs. And I don't know a lot about how commerce and that kind of thing works, but he seems to be very partial to tariffs on certain countries and not on others. And I know about cartels and I know about monopolies, and so I'm pretty sure there could be a political ban on fruit from certain countries by politicians in other countries. Doesn't have to be Mr. Trump. It could be any country at all, neighbouring countries who historically got bad blood between them. Horror biographical, again, somebody who tried to reform conditions in the factories. The jury, okay, somebody has a bad work experience and they take it for compensation, and there's a big, well, this has already been done, dark water at the moment. Erin Brockovich, a whole load of kind of workplace stroke, the employer, the company have been doing dark, bad, naughty, horrible things for money. Okay, I'm putting human life second after profit. 7:51, I'm going to do it. Okay, under 8 minutes. Here we go. Like, subscribe, and all that stuff. Bye.